Good morning, student. I continue the lesson. That is third chapter, production analysis. In the previous video, I was discussed about the 4 factors of production and its characteristics. Now I am going to continue the lesson with the functions of an organization. This may be asked as a 3-mark question. So an important question is also kindly take it down. The entrepreneur or the organizer considered as a initiation. An organizer is the initiator of the businesses. By considering the situation and availability of resources and planning the entire process of businesses or productions. With the help of the support of the capitals, existing capitals and the infrastructures, he initiating to producing goods and services and innovations. The entrepreneur is also called an innovator. A successful entrepreneur is always an innovator. He introduces new methods in the production process and coordinators. Of course, he coordinating the 4 factors of production in the particular combination for producing particular goods and services. That's why he called a coordinator. An organizer applies a particular combination of the factors of production to start and run the businesses or production. Control, direction and supervisions. That is, the organizer or the entrepreneur considers the control of the production, direction of the production and the supervision of the productions. An organizer control so that nothing prevent the organization from achieving its goal. He directs the factors to get better result and supervises for the efficient functioning of all the factors involving in the process of productions. Okay, that's why he called as a control, direction and supervisors. Last one is important one, risk taking and uncertainty bearing. Dear student, this is important point. There is a chance to asking 1 more question. An entrepreneur, the person who is ready to accepting risk and uncertainty bearing, because people producing for future demand. If they are not scientifically calculating the future, they may feel some loss in their production process. So they are calculating the future demand, accordingly they act or they involving in the production process. There is a risk taking and uncertainty bearing obstacles. These are the obstacles in front of the production process. Risk may be insured, but uncertainties cannot be insured. They reduce the profit. Of course, there are different type of risk, maybe fire accident, earthquake, flood, like this. This is, we may insured, but some of the risk we are not really unexpected and are not able to insure. They are definitely reduce the profit who involved in the production process. Okay, my dear student, this is the 5 characters of the entrepreneur and the function of the entrepreneur is very, very important. So read carefully. Before leaving this topic, one thing I want to telling you, that is, an entrepreneur is a person who combines land, labor and capital in the production process to earn profit. It is the entrepreneur. Okay. Next is the production function. According to George J. Strickler, production function is the relationship between input of productive service per unit of time and output of product per unit of time. According to that is this is the function relationship between input and output. Production function refers to the relationship among units of the factors of productions, input and the result of the quantity of the goods produced, that is output. Okay. Next we are going to be classify the production functions. They are short-term production function. This is illustrated by the law of variable proportions, and long-run production function as explained by the law of return to scale. Okay, the production function broadly classified into two types. First one is the short-run production function. Second one is the long-run production functions. Production function may be expressed as Q stands for quantity of output, F stands for function, N, L, K, T, where Q stands for quantity of output, N that is land, L stands for labor, K stands for capital, and T stands for technology used in the production process. Depending on the efficiency of the producer, this production varies. Of course, whatever the production or the factors of production is available, the effort put by the person who is involving in the production process, the result is varying. Okay. The short-run production is a period where some input are variable while others are fixed. That is, the production function generally classified into two: the short-run production function and a long-run production function. The short-run production function described as, that is, the factor involved in the production, among them at least one inputs are variable and others are fixed. But in the case of long run, that is, the firm do not enter into the industry and existing firm not leave the industry. That is, no entry, no exit. In the short run, no firm enter into the industry and the no firm leave from the industry. Whether they feel profit or incur loss, they must in the production process. But in the case of long run, the firm may leave from the industry, and also there is a chance to enter the new firm into the industry. Okay. Definitely in the long run, people learn some sort of profit. Long run, on the other hand, is the period featured by the entry of new firm to the industry and the exit of existing firm from the industry. Law of variable proportions. Law of variable proportion. This is one of the important question. There is a chance to ask question from this part. The law states that if all other factors are fixed and one input is varied in the short run, the total output will increase at an increasing rate at first instant. Be constant at your point, and then eventually decreases. Marginal product will become negative at last. So this is the diagram will support you to understanding the theoretical part. Dear student, you may have look over the lines. There are three different lines are there in the diagram. First one, this is the first one, and this one is the second one, red color, and green is the third one. First one represent total product. The red line is represent the average product. Green one represent the marginal product of labor. L stands for labor. From the beginning, if the labor adding one more one, the production also increasing at increasing rate. The addition of labor involving the production process after some time, that is the stage second, they will reach maximum. If the entrepreneur adding more laborers at a particular stage, the total production of the labor will decline. So the marginal production of the labor will reach to the negative. So there is no use adding additional labor in the factors of productions or the process of production. According to G. Stickler, as equal increment of one input are added, the input of other productive services being held constant. Beyond a certain point, the resulting increment of product will decreases. That is, the marginal product will diminish. Of course, he is the person give the words. Assumption for the law of variable proportions. Only one factor is variable while other are held constant. That is, what are the factors of production are used are involved in the production process. Among them, one is have a chance to change, varying the numbers, increasing or decreasing, but other factors of production may not have the chance to changing in its numbers. All units of the variable factors are homogeneous. Of course, this is a peculiar character, but this is not exactly happen. And the product is measured in physical units, maybe 1, 2, 3 like that. There is no change in the status of technology. There is no change in the price of the product. Okay, these are the assumptions of the what? Law of variable proportion. Okay.